If she's ignoring you, it's actually a sign that you can turn things around and get her attention back in your favor. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about a situation that many men have experienced at some point in their lives. The moment when a woman you care about or are interested in begins to ignore you. It can be frustrating, confusing, and even painful. But how you respond in these moments says more about your character than anything else. Today we're going to discuss how to act when a woman ignores you, and why your response should be one of maturity, self-respect, and understanding. First and foremost, it's crucial to understand that you can't control someone else's behavior, only your own. If a woman is ignoring you, there could be a multitude of reasons why. It might have nothing to do with you at all. Perhaps she's going through a difficult time, or maybe she's simply not interested. Whatever the reason, the first step is accepting that you don't have all the answers, and that's okay. Trying to force a response or explanation will only push her further away. The next important thing to remember is to resist the urge to chase. It's natural to want to know why someone is ignoring you or to try to win back their attention. But chasing after someone who is actively ignoring you rarely works in your favor. It can come across as needy or desperate, which isn't attractive. Instead, focus on maintaining your dignity and composure. When you respect yourself enough not to chase after someone who is withdrawing, it sends a powerful message about your self-worth. It's also vital to keep your emotions in check. Being ignored can trigger feelings of rejection, frustration, or anger. But reacting out of these emotions can lead to impulsive actions, like sending multiple messages or saying something hurtful that you might regret later. Instead, take a step back. Give yourself time to process how you're feeling, and respond only when you're calm and centered. Emotional intelligence is a key trait in handling these situations with grace. One of the most productive things you can do in this situation is to focus on yourself. Use this time to invest in your own growth. Work on your personal goals, hobbies, and passions. When a woman ignores you, it's easy to make her the center of your thoughts. But by redirecting that energy into your own development, you not only improve yourself but also demonstrate that your life doesn't revolve around her attention. It's also important to respect her space. If a woman is ignoring you, it may be her way of asking for distance, and you must respect that. Even if it's difficult, stepping back shows maturity. Whether she's dealing with something personal or simply needs time to reflect, respecting her boundaries is essential. If she's interested in reconnecting, she will. If not, you'll be better off for having respected her decision. However, don't fall into the trap of blaming yourself. When someone pulls away or ignores you, it's easy to think, "What did I do wrong?" But relationships and interactions are complex, and it's not always your fault. People have their reasons for behaving the way they do, and it may have little to do with you. Instead of ruminating over every possible mistake, practice self-compassion and remind yourself that rejection or silence isn't always a reflection of your worth. At the same time, it's a good idea to evaluate the situation honestly. Ask yourself, was there a miscommunication? Did I do something to cause her to pull away? Self-reflection is important, but avoid overthinking. If you can identify something specific that might have triggered her behavior, consider addressing it calmly and respectfully. But if it's not clear, sometimes the best action is to move forward without overanalyzing. A key piece of advice is to keep your interactions positive and light. If you do have the chance to communicate with her again, don't dwell on the fact that she ignored you. Avoid making her feel guilty or confronting her in an accusatory manner. Instead, be warm, upbeat, and engaging. This shows that you're emotionally balanced and not holding grudges. It also signals that you're interested in moving forward rather than focusing on what went wrong. It's also worth remembering that not everyone will like you, and that's okay. Rejection or being ignored is part of life, and it's something everyone experiences. Just because a woman ignores you doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. People have their preferences, and sometimes, despite your best efforts, the chemistry simply isn't there. Learning to accept this with grace is a sign of emotional maturity. During times of uncertainty, it's helpful to lean on your support system. Friends and family can provide perspective and reassurance when you're feeling down. Talk to people you trust about how you're feeling, and they may offer advice or simply remind you of your worth. Sometimes, getting an outside perspective can help you see the situation more clearly and realize that being ignored isn't the end of the world. Another crucial element is to stay open to new opportunities. Just because one woman is ignoring you doesn't mean others will. Don't put all your energy into someone who isn't reciprocating. Keep your options open, and continue to meet new people and form new connections. Staying stuck in a place where you're not valued will only hold you back from potential relationships with people who will appreciate you. Finally, always act with confidence and self-respect. The way you handle rejection or being ignored speaks volumes about your character. Walk away from situations where you're not being treated with the respect you deserve, but do so with grace. Hold your head high, knowing that your worth isn't tied to someone else's attention or approval. True confidence comes from within, and when you embody that, you'll attract people who truly value and respect you for who you are. In conclusion, being ignored by a woman can be challenging, but it's an opportunity for growth and self-reflection. By acting with maturity, confidence, and respect for both yourself and the other person, you'll not only handle the situation with grace, but also position yourself for stronger, healthier relationships in the future.